We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
There was nobody to care after me.
That is before your time. I can sit here and listen to that for the whole video. I am T Street Controversy, and this is T Street Controversy Live. And guess who we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about your WBC 122-pound champion, Leo Santa Cruz, versus a fighter by the name of Jesus Ruiz that you do not even know. He's probably fought, if I'm correct, he has not fought in the United States ever. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you so much. The fight is going to be taking place January the 17th, 2015 on undercard of Deontay. Actually, it's the co-feature to Deontay Wilder fighting Bermane Stiverne. Bermane Stiverne, a WBC champion. The problem is Leo Santa Cruz is now a Golden Boy fighter, managed, advised by Al Heyman, but all the other Al Heyman fighters basically left outside of Amir Khan. I'm talking about big names. Amir Khan, and what is this, Mosquito? It's like cold out. What are you doing a lot? Who is it? I forgot. Amir Khan, Lucas Matisse, and Leo Santa Cruz. And, you know, a couple other names, but those are the more high-profile names. And then when you look at Leo Santa Cruz has been getting a lot of flack and a lot of heat, and it's justified. You know why it's justified? It's because he's been fighting nobody. So when you look at the talent-rich 122, 126-pound division, and remember, Leo Santa Cruz is a very tall 122-pound guy. You know, usually those guys are about 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". He's closer to 5'8", you know, and making that 122-pound weight. So when you look at the fact that he's going on his 4th title defense and he's fought no one, now he's got the green belt. So he's fought no one of significance. It makes you think, well, damn. What about Rigondeaux? You know, we always knew. Remember, Donaire was already always out there. You got Abner Maris, Johnny Gonzalez. You got Vasil Lomachenko. You got Nicholas Walters. You got Sapiwe Vietka, for crying out loud. You got the names out there, but he's not fighting him. You know, and you think to yourself, is this Al Heyman's way of showing gratitude to his fighters by saying, listen, I'm getting you paid. You know, so don't worry about it. I'm getting you paid. You know, we're going to get you a big fight eventually. But right now, just make this bread. You know, it just doesn't seem right. And I'm sure he gets sick and tired of the questions about, you know, like, well, what about Carl Frampton? What about Scott Quigg? What about Guillermo Rigondeaux? You know, like, that would consistently bother me. And the name he hears the most is Rigondeaux. And Scott Quigg, and especially Carl Frampton, will love to fight a Leo Santa Cruz. But guess what? The declining offers. Why won't they fight him? I mean, why won't Leo Santa Cruz fight him? Why? Because it's not his decision. It's Al Heyman's decision. And until you get that into your heads, then you can't argue with me. You don't know about boxing. Al Heyman controls these fighters. And when it comes to Leo Santa Cruz, I'm pretty sure he would love to get in there and try to get his ass beat against Guillermo Rigondeaux. I'm sure he would, but at the same time, it's not up to him. Hold on to that belt as long as you can, son. Al Heyman gives him a hug, and then at the end of the fight, you know, Leo Santa Cruz says, oh, thank you, Al Heyman. Names their son Al after Alan Heyman. Alan Heyman Enterprises, Heyman Boxing. I'm a little animated because it's a little upsetting after a while. It's like, yo, I'm tolerating this Al Heyman shit, and I'm thinking to myself, he's got to have some major plan, right? So don't trash him yet. He's got to have some major plan. So I'm hanging in there. I'm going to be covering every single Heyman boxing event live, good or bad. And, you know, I'm hanging on the hope for this man. You know, I'm hanging on the hope. I'm hanging on the hope. I'm hanging on the hope. Because I'm just looking at the fact that, well, when it comes to 2014, maybe the fact that that shit happened with Richard Schaefer is the reason why he says, okay, hold up. I'm going to save all my guys until we get out of this Showtime Golden Boy situation. Then we're going to go on our own. I don't want to risk any of my guys losing during this period. You know, we'll lose when I'm over. Like, you guys can lose when you're over on NBC or some shit like that. I don't know. But when it comes to Leo Santa Cruz, it's frustrating. I'm T Street Controversy. Of course, I'm going to be covering that fight moments after it goes off. And of course, I'm going to be covering Bermane Stiverne versus Deontay Wilder, which is the main event. And I believe it's another fight I'm going to be covering. I don't know. But this is supposed to be maybe the last Showtime Golden Boy card, maybe, you know, on Showtime. What's next for Showtime Boxing? I don't know, but, you know, we'll just have to see. T Street Controversy Live.